Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Over here fixing these fights. Cause you know he ain't right. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Fixing these fights. Fixing these fights. He ain't right. Say, Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Over here fixing these fights. Cause you know he ain't right. And I'm so fucking hyped, man. They need to hurry up and make that so I could watch him get laid the fuck out and watch the fucking internet implode. It was a good fight. That's all they're going to say afterwards. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Over here fixing these fights. Cause you know he ain't right. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. That's gonna be the anthem until a fight get made. Spence ain't shit, man. That was a weird looking fight, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But I already said that. I'm not gonna give in to conspiracy theories, and I'm not gonna feed that. I'm gonna just take that at face value. That on that night, Ugas was more uninspired than I've ever seen him, more stationary than I've ever seen him, more peculiar than I've ever seen him. And if I am to interpret that as the return, the triumphant return of Errol the Truth, Spence, right? If that's what that was, I'll take it at face value. Because before the car accident, before the eye boogers or the eye retina or the eye injury or whatever happened to his eyeball, before any of that, I was saying Crawford had knocked this man out. He basic. He just throw a lot. What he got going for him is that he's a big welterweight with some punch, because he broke his orbital bone, right? So he could punch. He's a big welterweight with a decent gas tank to keep throwing punches throughout the course of the fight. Good jab, very good jab. Knows how to maintain a little bit of distance in the pocket, right? That's what he does. These are the things he does good. Knows how to maintain a little bit of distance in the pocket so that he can actually put something on the punches instead of smothering his work like Sean. He does that very good. His footwork's not better than Crawford's. I don't think for a second he hit harder than Crawford. I don't. You know what I mean? But, hey, that's what the fight is for, man. I ain't with the bitch-assness. I ain't finna argue with these dudes that want to put bait. I don't want, like, what they like about Spence ain't got a lot to do with boxing, man. If you a Spence fan, you a suspect. You a suspect. You a yellow beezy, all right? Any dude, I said on my page, I can't wait to see Crawford knock this man out. Lo and behold, here comes Spence. Man, I don't give a fuck if you think Spence. Who the fuck asked you? You know what I'm saying? Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Over here fixing these fights. Because, he ain't right. My wife looking at me like I'm crazy because I just came up with an anthem. You want to sing the anthem? Man.
I like Spence. I don't even know that.
Yo, don't even do that. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Over here fixing these fights. He fixing fights, man. Fix a fight. He fixed it. You be fixing stuff? He fixed the fight, yo. Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit. Over here fixing these fights. He ain't right. Spence ain't shit. Y'all gotta sing that. Whoever joined the panel, y'all gotta sing that. Otherwise, you're gonna get kicked off the panel. It's straight like that. If you gonna join the panel, you gotta sing along and you gotta clap on beat. Spence ain't shit, because I never seen. If like I said, I'm not going to get on the conspiracy boat because I'm not even with that weak shit anyway. Ugas is not a pound-for-pound fighter. He never was. It is what it is. If Spence really destroyed that man, right? He destroyed him. I'm going to take it for what it is. He destroyed him. Cool. Ugas ain't Crawford anyway. And the question marks ahead of that fight had more to do, at least for me, I can only speak for myself. The question marks I had ahead of that fight was the physical condition of the fighter. If he can go back to being who he was when he fought Brook. Now, that was as good a performance, if not a better performance, than the performance that we saw in the Brook fight. Ugas didn't want to throw. A lot of people got questions about that. I done seen them, and I'm one of those people. Ugas didn't want to throw. It's a lot of ways you can answer that question, but there's a lot of other things that you can't answer. It's the biggest fight of your career on the biggest stage you ever fought on, and there's the most on the line for you. I have seen more inspired performances from Yordenis Ugas against lesser opponents than Errol Spence. And a lot of the aesthetic of the fight, it looked very peculiar to me. I'm expecting certain things to happen that don't happen that are customary in a fight. I'm expecting to see those things. I don't see those things, leaves me scratching my head, but it's whatever. You could do that to you guys. You know, you could do that to him. It's cool. It's cool. Because I did say, if we got the 2017 Spence, if it's that Spence, he'll beat you guys. But if something wrong with his eye, or if the car accident took something out of him, then I don't know if he's gonna win the fight. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Ugas didn't come to win, yo. He didn't come to win. And we gonna make all the Spence fans mad because I'm gonna say all type of just greasy shit the whole live, just nasty, greasy shit. How he moving backwards from the Brook fight. He the backwards man. You beat Brook, who beat Porter, who beat Danny, who beat you guys. You beat Brook so that you could beat Porter and Danny and you got. You the only one that's moving backwards. It's backwards. Yeah, man, you can't count on them dudes, man. You can't count on them dudes, man. Shout out to Sawab, shout out to Chanate, shout out to Eson, Ebony, Virtuoso, Felipe, AJ. You know what I mean? And like I said, y'all gotta sing along. If you're not gonna fucking sing along, then don't join live. You gotta fucking sing along. I want to hear claps. I want to hear ad libs. I'm about to post a link for y'all. I want to hear claps, ad libs, Spence ain't shit, Spence ain't shit. That's the ad lib. I want to hear the ad lib and the claps. You got to clap with me. I don't want to fucking. If y'all not gonna motherfucking sing along, then don't join. It's straight cheese, straight like that. Y'all fucking ready? Eson, you fucking ready? Hey, you fucking ready?
I'm ready.
Don't have no fuck. Hey, don't be up here with no fucked up mic.
Spence ain't shit.
Spence ain't shit.
Spence ain't
Spence ain't
Wait,
shit.
let me leave. Let me leave.
Spence
Y'all
ain't
all over
shit.
the place. Y'all all over the place. Let me leave. Y'all all over the place. Y'all follow my lead. 1, 2, 3. Spence ain't shit. Spence
he
ain't
ain't.
shit.
Yeah, he
Man, y'all
ain't.
motherfuckers gonna beat you motherfucking man. Like
Spence
ain't shit.
Spence ain't shit.
That fight was
Spence ain't
fixed,
shit.
yo.
Crawford got a
Y'all know
Fuck
greasy
fixed,
is
yo.
this world.
Fucking eye out.
Bruh. Fucking fight was fixed, yo. Spence ain't shit.
Nah. Ugas
Spence
ain't
ain't
fucking
shit.
ain't
good,
shit.
bro.
Over here fixing
Ugas
his
Spence ain't shit.
fucking good.
He ain't
Spence
right.
ain't shit.
He ain't
He
right,
never
yo.
was shit.
He ain't right, yo. He fixing these fights, man. Fixing these fights, man. Like
Nah,
a fucking
Ugas
TV dinner.
he just sucks, bro. Ugas just sucks, bro, to be honest. It was never about Ugas being good.
No. I'm not gonna be. I'm being a troll, Eson. Like you know, I'm trolling a little bit. Just cause I fucking hate Spence fans, bro. I hate them.
Yeah,
Like, bro, shut
Man,
the
they're
fuck
fucking
up.
bitches, bro. They're stupid fucking bitches. Even
Tell
listen,
me.
how
Tell
he is,
me,
how
yo.
he is.
Jules.
You
I
know,
just got off a live. I just got off a live with Lady Chan, right? And he said I thought I misheard him. He said Spence beats Crawford. I asked him that. Then like we all disagreed, and he's like, okay, well, like tell me why he beat Spence. Oh, well, his punching power, and he's just a way better boxer than Crawford. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, then I dare to disagree. I dare to disagree with him. And he calls me.
Look. Spence fans don't know a right cross from a crosswalk. Spence fans, they don't know what lead foot advantage is. And they don't understand that every advantage that Spence has had, with every fighter that he has fought so far, he won't have none of that with Crawford. He won't have none of that. See, you cool because you a big southpaw, right? You a bigger welterweight, and you a southpaw, so that throw all them orthodox fighters off, because that's usually how it go. The orthodox fighters struggle with the southpaw. He got to try to get lead foot advantage, otherwise the southpaw jab gonna come on top of the orthodox jab. That's the issue with southpaws. That's not an issue for Crawford. Not for him. And I will say he has a better jab than Spence. He's just not busier with his jab than Spence. The only thing I see that Spence maybe has an advantage of is he does throw more. But you throw him more against who? Ugas who not throwing nothing back? Sean was all in your shit, and you look terrible with Sean. You
Yes, he
look
did.
awful with Sean.
Julius, don't forget too. Crawford can literally decide to switch that shit up literally midway through the fight and fuck Errol.
Bro, he probably gonna come out southpaw, right? Come out like you ain't gonna have no advantage. Your little bitch ass jab ain't gonna have no advantage over me.
Yeah.
Come out southpaw, and I'm gonna fight for 6-7 rounds southpaw. In the 8th round, I'm gonna switch off. In the 8th round, after I done tagged you and hurt you, I'm gonna switch off the orthodox and right hand the fucking shit out of you, B.
Yeah, what's the reach?
Shit out of you.
What's the reach difference? I'm looking up right now. What's the reach?
It don't matter, man. It don't matter.
Yeah, Crawford got it regardless. I just want to see what if it's
he never was shit.
Over here fixing
he never was shit.
He ain't, man. I seen that shit.
Ugas
look like they told him not to throw. That's what he looked like. Yo, you wasn't supposed to hit me, Ugas. You supposed to just throw body shots. You weren't supposed to hit me in my face. That's what that shit looked like. I don't give a fuck.
Then follow the script.
Lawrence Cole's a remarkable bodyguard, man. Gotta give it up to him.
Real shit, yo.
I mean, like, does anybody actually think Bud is gonna stand there and let Spence tee off on him, like in the pocket?
When you ever see, this is the thing. like it's not even just like, oh, Ugas this and Ugas that, right? It's not just that. It's that any fighter, you expect certain responses. I didn't see literally none of that from Ugas. Like, bro, are you here to even fight? Because you
to me, it seemed to me.
You literally walk like this. I'm like, yo,
it seemed to me he was more switched on for the Pacquiao and Porter fights than this one.
Bro, how you more switched on for Pacquiao? No, you could be switched on for Pacquiao. How you more switched on for Porter than Spence?
Bro, I'm telling you, Ugas drank his own Kool-Aid too early. That motherfucker thought he had fought the Manny Pacquiao that just beat Cotto. I swear to God, he thought he came in there, he was the shit. He got hit a little bit. He just said, damn, I can't fuck with this dude. Like, Ugas just never was that dude, bro. It was never about him.
Nah, look at his face, bro. Why you smiling, bro? What the fuck you got to be smiling about if you just got 2-piece? What the fuck are you smiling about?
Man, yo, Errol is out of position a lot in this fight, bro. Crawford would have countered the fuck out of him so many moments, bro.
Everybody chill. We gonna go to Devontae. Devontae, you just gotta give me at least one time. Spence ain't shit.
Hey man, I can't sing, man.
I can't either, but I can try. Spence ain't shit.
Hey, I came on here to rant, man.
Go ahead, Devontae, you got the floor. Nobody say nothing. Go ahead, Devontae. The floor is yours.
Man, I felt like that fight was fixed. You have to, especially once Stephen Espinoza said that Canelo wasn't. He offered Canelo a bigger purse than DAZN. So what big fight does PBC have that's coming up really this year? I think they're going to make the Crawford Spence fight, because what other fight do they have? DAZN got Canelo, Anthony Joshua, Katie Taylor. ESPN got Tyson Fury fight coming up. Just what do they have?
I mean, I'm with you on that, Devontae, because what I noticed is, or at least what got my attention, is when things didn't work out with Canelo, it looked to me like they reallocated their resources to try to bring over Jaime Munguia. We all saw that. And I actually commend them for doing that, because that's what I want to see in boxing, that if you can't make one fight, just try for another. And I still say Golden Boy fucked that up, not Showtime. PBC and Showtime really ain't fucked that up. Golden Boy fucked that up. And who knows who the fuck they gonna have Munguia fighting, because he need to be fighting Charlo. That's enough. He another one that's getting away with a lot of fucking shit.
Exactly.
He get like at what point are you gonna fight? Like, don't tell me about Golovkin, because Golovkin not gonna fight you, bro. He gonna fight Canelo. Even if Canelo lose to Bivol, I could see him fighting Golovkin anyway. So it's like, no, don't even bring up Golovkin. You didn't want to fucking fight Andre, even though you was #1 with the WBO. You didn't want to fucking fight Andre. They try to get you, and Stephen said it, which is why I can't put it on the fighter. Stephen himself said it. Munguia wanted to fight. Golden Boy is who fucked that up. So we got to put the shit on Golden Boy, because it's like, bro.
But Julius, my thing is, like with this Golovkin shit, bro, you wouldn't go to the zone for Andre. And like there's clear promotional issues. So what the fuck is? How are you gonna get Golovkin? How?
I mean, it's like before I pass it back to Devontae, because he don't normally be on these chats. The shit is this: you got a lot of guys that they don't really have a real alternative to what they're turning down. What was Charlo's alternative to Andre? What's Mungia's alternative to Charlo and Andre? You're not coming up with a bigger fight for your fighter, so you literally fucking that fighter out of money. Because I'm pretty sure he would have got a nice purse to fight Charlo. Yeah, he would have got a nice purse for that. I'm sure he would have got a better purse for Charlo than what the fuck he just got for Gabe Rosado, right? Turiano Johnson, right? I'm sure he would have got. And you fucking him out of that money to have him doing what? It don't make sense. With Charlo, bro, they offered you 7 M's. You not gonna convince me you getting 7 M's fighting the people you've been fighting. Cause ain't nobody in the business of fucking off no money. And none of them fights you was in was worth 7 M's. None of them. You gonna tell me they gave you 7 M's, close to $10 million, right? Which is basically what Caleb Plant got. He got 10, right, for Canelo. You expect me to believe that you getting what, 7 and 8 to fight Montiel? Come on. To fight Brandon Adams? To fight Suliaki? No, your purses is probably like 1 and 2. That's what you really getting. And you probably getting that on stipends, just like Ronnie be saying. Shout out to Ronnie. You probably getting stipends. You ain't getting 7 and 8. So you let them fuck up that paper saying you don't want to cross the street, but you staying on your side is getting you what? What's the alternative? Go ahead, Devontae.
Now, to the actual fight. I've been watching Ugas for a long time. I was actually, a fan of Ugas. And the styles of the fight, Spencer's a pressure fighter. He throws a lot of punches, which is I thought was tailor-made for Ugas. He counters off of guys who pressures him. And Spence, I don't know if people recognize that his punch resistance did not look good when he got hit clean to the face or to his body. And I think people are overlooking that. And I think when Crawford hits his boy clean, it's going to be like, I think he's going to get Kell Brook within 4 or 5 rounds.
I mean, like, look, I'm a big Crawford fan. Everybody know that. I'm convinced that Crawford is the new Achilles. Like, you ever heard of the legend of Achilles? He's like a god. He fighting is his shit. That's Crawford, right? Spence is Hector, bro. If you seen Troy, Crawford is Achilles, and Spence is Hector. You could fight. You could fight like Hector could fight, like because he got his like. Yeah, you could fight, but you not Achilles, bro. He gonna drag you, bro, behind his chariot. He gonna drag you, bro. That's Crawford. Trying to tell you something. You don't even know who Crawford. Matter of fact, you seen Crawford.
I like Hector.
Well, he got fucking dragged, and Spence gonna get dragged. All right, and anyway, the point I'm making is Spence is a good fighter. Like, I'm going to stop being a dick. I'm going to stop being a prick. Because if he wasn't a good fighter, I wouldn't want to see the fight. He is a good fighter for what it's worth. But he's a good fighter for certain reasons. You a big welterweight, right? You're bigger than Thurman, bigger than Danny. You a big welterweight, so you got size working for you. You have volume. You throw a lot, which is good. You do throw a lot. You can punch. You did break Kell Brook's orbital bone, even though Golovkin broke it first. He broke the other one, and you finished off the other eye. And Ugas, it's like you broke Ugas's orbital bone, and that's cool. That means you got the power to do that. But Ugas wasn't even fighting back. Like, he wasn't fighting back, bro. He coming forward. He literally watched the fight. Don't believe shit I say. Don't qualify nothing I say. The dude will walk to Spence like this. He'll walk to him. You not fighting. You not jabbing. You not hooking off. You not rolling and count. You not doing nothing.
Yeah, I never want to see Ugas fight again after that. I'm good on that.
All the normal shit that you would like, yo, you not even rolling though. Like, in other words, you going into the shit, and we talking about in the first quarter of the fight. You going into the shit like this. You not trying to roll and counter. You not trying to slip. You not literally not doing shit at all. And I'm like, bro, it's a difference between a bad game plan and what I saw. That was not a bad game.
He didn't try, bro.
He didn't fight, bro. He didn't fight.
You know what pissed me off the most is that, what's even crazier and why I know Crawford's gonna beat Errol if the time comes. whenever Ugas would throw a punch, he'd throw 1 or 2 shots. Bro, every time he fucking threw a punch, he would catch Errol clean and wobble him. Like, people keep saying, oh, he wasn't hurt. It's because he was distracted. He was off guard after the mouthpiece came out. I'm like, bro, before the mouthpiece even came out, he got fucking hit with a right counter and stumbled back. Then
Bro, you heard
again,
Abner Mares and you heard Abner Mares and the other cat. Yo, he's hurt.
He was
he's
like,
hurt.
ow,
They were losing their shit, guys. They were about to lose their shit,
yeah,
bro.
He was like, oh, his eyes.
Pandemonium.
I mean, I think even
even
in round 7, y'all remember like Ugas was like, you know, they were in the pocket and Ugas landed a straight right that buzzed Spence again for like 2 seconds. He didn't follow up.
Listen, it's my shit, right? Never mind the referee shit, because a lot of people are living off of the referee shit that the referee says stop, and they're not even paying attention to what I said, even though they know what the fuck I'm talking about. The dude got hit before the referee said stop. The dude got hit. And he was staggered. And he literally, before the referee said stop, the dude literally looking at the floor, walking to his shit. To me, he looked like Terry when Alicia hit her. Like, yo,
that's what I was saying last Saturday, bro.
He looked like he was stuck, like, just looking. I'm like, bro, the referee ain't even say stop yet before he started looking down and walking to the shit. But whatever, I'm like, because that's not that. The point that I'm making is, this dude punch resistance. I don't give a shit what you tell me about Mean Machine, because he's a 2-time Olympian, and I know most Spence fans don't know that. He's a 2-time Olympian who's a big welterweight.
And he can punch. He fucking hurt Virgil, who's a big ass welterweight. And
he trashed Avanesian.
Yes,
everybody want kind of been a fight. He beat that man.
And it's like, to me, I look at that. I'm about to rewatch that fight tonight, but I'm just like, bro, the fucking bro. It's like Ugas was barely even trying, and every time he
was not fighting, bro. Let me read.
He landed a punch, he still hurt the motherfucker.
I gotta calm down. Let me read these super chats. Smiling because I knew Ugas would hold back. Dennis, you a better man than me. I'm always gonna give you that. You a better man than me. Gideon P says, think they wait till 2023 for the fight to wait Crawford out. He is getting older. Hey, Spence said he want his next, so I'm going to take his bitch ass word for it. He said he want him next. So bring on Crawford, yo. I don't want to hear no Keith Thurman. I don't want to hear no Stanionis or Jesse Kasopoulos or whatever. I don't want to hear none of that shit. He said he want Crawford next. Roll on Crawford then.
Make the fucking fight. Make the fucking fight.
Spence ain't shit. Spence ain't shit.
Come on, y'all.
Spence ain't shit.
Spence ain't shit.
Boxing ain't shit.
Trying to tell you, yo. Ain't shit, yo.
Hey, apparently Stanionis is ready to step aside. Shit.
I mean, look, if I'm Stanionis, right? This the shit, right? And it's better for Stanionis. Fuck I look like trying to fight for 3 belts when I could make money and wait and fight for 4.
And he's already cool with Showtime. I mean, like, to me, it's like, bro, just step aside, and you'll get
shit
like
is
2 million to nothing.
This the shit. Will Jaron Boots? Because I gotta get another look at Custio Clayton, because he had a fight after the Lipinets fight, and I need to see that. I want to see that before I even come up with what I think it's going to look like. Because Custio ain't no motherfucker Sergey Lipinets. He not just going to fucking. At least I don't think. He gonna stand there. That's not what he do. He's an Olympian. He represented Canada in the Olympics or whatever. That kid could box. He probably ain't big like Jaron Boots Ennis, and he ain't strong like Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't think. I never seen that kind of power from him, but he can move and punch. So I want to look at him. This gonna be the first time I see Jaron Ennis in there with somebody that can move. He ain't that big a puncher, but he can move and punch. So that's an important fight. And if Jaron Ennis win that fight, is he gonna step aside?
Well, I mean, you gotta remember too, though. Just because he's number 1 in the IBF doesn't mean that he's ordered mandatory.
That's the final elimination.
But WBA is next, though.
The loser of the fight gonna get dragged out back and shot, bro. It's an elimination.
No, but the WBA is next, though, so they can't skip over. I mean, either way, I mean, if Stanionis steps aside, we get that fight. If the winner of Spence Crawford drops that IBF, I mean, who gives a fuck anyways? I just want to see a fight. I don't even care.
I just want to see Crawford lay this dude out, B. That's all I want to see, man.
I never give a fuck about the undisputed part of the fight. I really don't give a shit.
No, I give a fuck about it because this is the thing, right?
No, but
listen, hear me out. The reason that undisputed didn't matter with Manny and Floyd was because they was so big, right? That it ain't about belts with y'all. We just need to see y'all do it, even though there were 3 belts on the line. Manny's WBO, Floyd's WBA, and WBC, right? But they were big enough that it's like, bro, it ain't even about the belts with y'all. With the other cats, no, y'all not big enough to where it matters. You need to make that history because it does matter. That's going to be something that will never be forgotten. Like, beyond money, beyond just basic ass shit. That's some shit that motherfuckers they can never take that away from you. You was undisputed, bro. And when Crawford beat this man and become a 2-time undisputed champion, bro, he ATG status for that. They don't want to give him no respect. No respect for 140. And I'm like, see, and y'all really acting like Victor Postol just ain't shit. But y'all get hyped when Gary Antoine Russell fight him.
Yeah,
Bro, Crawford Ben did that.
Years later.
Years ago.
Years ago.
Look at Zoe.
Like, I never
After Danny didn't want to fight him.
The guy Danny Duck.
I never seen nobody shut out Victor Postol like that till this day. Not Ramirez, not Taylor, and no, not even Gary Antoine Russell. You fought him after everybody else. And yeah, you beat the shit out of him. But you ain't beat him like Crawford when he was an unbeaten champion that Danny Garcia paid him to step aside, that he broke Matisse orbital bone. Like, y'all don't give that man no respect, B. And that's why I don't respect y'all. Because y'all get high off of dumb shit. Oh, I mean, hey, beat Lamont Peterson. Really?
I mean, look, it's not often that I get called a Crawford Dick Rider or I live in Bob Aaron's basement just because I felt like a Cuban who are notorious for fucking being stingy punchers decided to lay the gas off of Errol Spence. You know, once they heard him, and as soon as he did that, you know, he knew what time it was, man. He didn't want to get away to the big money fight. Look, so it is what it is. I'm not mad. I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm just happy that Spence collected those 3 belts to hand over to Crawford.
I'm not gonna say. All I could say is that I can only tell people what I think as an individual, and the reason that I found it so perplexing is I see how he's reacting to your shots. And you being so fucking stingy with them shits. And I'm like, this is the biggest fight of your career. The most money you stand to make. The rest of your life is on the other side of this fight. It's 5 fucking broads in Miami. All of them got fat old fucking asses.
Waiting to jump your ass.
Waiting to fucking jump your bones if you win this motherfucking fight. You get the jizz in all 5 of them joints. And you just not punch. You just not going to punch.
Yeah. At the end of the fight, did he ever look like fatigued at all?
Bro, what he got to be fatigued from? He ain't fight.
All he did was fill up and take punches for fucking 10 rounds, bro. What the fuck was that?
Don't believe nothing I say on this low ass channel. Watch the fight. This is Ugas in the fight. The whole fight. Walking to him though. Like, okay, if I'm not having no success in the pocket, why the fuck would I keep going into the pocket then? It don't make no sense.
And then the way he let him off the hook when he had him hurt. That was
bro. You don't have to be a fucking promotional groupie to point that out, man. In fact, being a promotional groupie clouds your judgment about how the fight played out. They don't want to know. Trust me, I don't trust it. I don't trust his chin anymore, bro. To me, I think him struggling. I think he's been struggling to make 147, man. And that's going to compromise his chin.
Just the thing, he admitted it. Now I'm gonna let Alexis chime in on this shit because I haven't actually heard his thoughts on the fight. Alexis, you seen the fight. You know I'm upset. You know I want Crawford to knock this man out. What you got to tell me? Amazing.
I agree. I agree.
I agree.
I think that's how everything plays out.
Yeah, he makes a good point. He makes a good point. He really does.
I mean, I couldn't say it better myself.
That's a hot take, Alexis.
The only other thing I could have said was try hitting him harder. That's
but the shit. Look. In all arenas of, and I've been watching boxing a long time. I could wholeheartedly say that. See, with Ryan Martin, I want y'all to watch Ryan Martin versus Josh Taylor, right? And the easy explanation for what happened this past Saturday is, the reason he's not throwing is because he's being outworked and outgunned. And I'm like, nah, Josh Taylor versus Ryan Martin is outworked and outgunned. This is a guy who I see, he's literally walking into the pocket, preparing himself to absorb punishment. He's not rolling and countering. He's not slipping and he's not doing absolutely nothing at all. For just round after round after round after
Man, this
round.
was a bad look for Salas for real.
It is, man.
Yo, Salas
Took a
I
ain't.
dive.
mean, like I
Salas
can't
probably
lie. Like,
wasn't
come
in
on,
on
Just
the
took a
fix,
dive.
bro. Salas wasn't in on the fix, bro.
come
They ain't
on,
fix him a
man.
drink.
Nah,
They ain't
'cause
fix
even
him
in
a
the corner,
drink.
bro.
Salas think he training somebody to fight.
Bro, even in the corner, I was listening to his advice. There's like no urgency. I'm like, bro, he is sitting there shelling up. He's not doing anything. He's like, how you feel? How you feel? How you feel? I'm like, bro, tell this motherfucker to throw some damn punches, dog. What the fuck you doing?
I couldn't. By
I
all
mean, people
measures.
are going crazy over his fence breaking his orbital bone, but like,
Well,
I
listen,
mean, that's that's by
Déjame
design.
ponértelo así. Si el tipo va a caminar y se va a pararse enfrente de ti y se va a pararse así y se queda así la pelea
Yeah.
entera, así la
Sí.
pelea entera. Bueno, yeah, you're gonna get hit, bro.
Eso que estaba diciendo Bucho, you know, from BDA, bro. Like, I was listening to LT. Shout out to LT. He had a live yesterday. It was like, yo, even Bucho was saying, like, yo, este tipo no tiene huevo, way. Like, that's what it was.
Es que la
Like,
verdad,
he didn't show up to fight.
yo no he visto una vaina así de que el tipo,
Listen,
he doesn't listen, espera. He doesn't jab his way into. Watch the fight. Don't believe nothing I say. Just watch it. When he gets within striking distance of Spence, he's not jabbing his way in. He literally like this, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Now go ahead, Alexis.
yeah, well, I'm actually in Bob Adams' basement right now,
Mhm.
and so I'm gonna give you this take, bro. The guy is a top ranked reject, right? That's all who got this. He got released by Top Rank a long time ago. What it is that they didn't see in him? Why would they cut this guy that's supposedly, Cuban and has the skills and this and that and the other? Listen, if it doesn't come out on the wash, it comes out in the rinse, right? And so, if it doesn't come out on the rush, it comes out in the rinse, man. And at some point, like I said, I've told you this before. Not everybody's elite. People be expanding this elite list and including too many people on it. You know what I'm saying? This guy Ugas, there's something about him, and I forget what they call it. Some people, it's what they're missing is skill. Some people are missing power. Some missing know-how, and then there's some people that get to the moment and don't go for it, and they're missing whatever that is. You know, whatever makes a killer instinct, sometimes you don't have it. You know, and that's what keeps you back. And so maybe this is why he got cut. They saw something in that. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, se le ve que lo que le falta el corazón. Lo que le falta el corazón.
Exactly. You know, and that's a tough thing to say. And I hate to say be critical in that way about anybody that gets in the ring, because it's very hard to get into the ring with somebody that you know wants to kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That takes a lot of heart in it of itself. But I mean, at the moment of the greatness, when you see the goal, when you see what you wanted, do you have what it takes to get it? It's right there. Can you get it? There's some people that get to that point and see it and something they freeze. You know what I mean? Or don't have like the fulfillment of their life's dreams. And that's like a psychological thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. The point is that there are different things that keep you from reaching that truly elite level. I think Ugas is that. Who will he beat? And what I do want to say is this. Anybody that's giving him or giving Spence credit for beating a guy that beat Manny Pacquiao, old ass Manny Pacquiao, can't turn around and not give Crawford credit for beating Horn.
Es que eso ya tú lo sabes, eso ya tú lo sabes, por eso es que a mí no me gusta hablar con esa gente, porque para mí eso son estupideces. If it's a big deal de que Uga le ganó a Manny, how is it not a big deal that Jeff Horn did it 2-3 years before him?
Exactly. So you have to be consistent, and you know, when I'm happy for Crawford, because this is what I'm really happy about, right? I'm happy that this man is going to get a version of Errol Spence that now nobody can say once he whips his ass, because he's going to whip his ass.
I'm gonna whip his
Okay?
fucking
He's
ass.
gonna whip his ass. Everybody on this chat, hear me clearly. Hear me clearly. Don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna fucking run the day after, because it's not gonna happen. Just what he did to Porter, that he undressed him. Porter was one of the best welterweights in the PBC land.
Mm-hmm.
He undressed that man, and he's going to undress Earl Spence, who's been feasting on lesser lights.
No,
Earl Spence has made a career.
Let me address this. Ugas fought a version of Manny Pacquiao that was 42 years old and had not fought in 2 years. The version of Manny Pacquiao that Jeff Horn fought 3 years before that was a younger, more active fighter that came into that fight with a belt. Manny ain't come into the Ugas fight with no fucking belt because he wasn't.
Are we really comparing? What the fuck is that?
This self-made. This these guys don't watch boxing, bro. If you watch boxing, I ain't gotta stop to remind you of the differences between those if you watch boxing. Bro, but if you started watching boxing in 2020 because we was all stuck at home, you gonna say shit like that.
Bro, this cat tried to tell me on Twitter, of course, Twitter, that Uga, like they crapped on Golovkin for beating the shit out of Murata at 40 years old because they come off a layoff. But Golovkin was coming off a layoff too. But you want me to suck Ugas' dick because he beat fucking a 42-year-old coming off a 2.5-year layoff, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
That's what. No.
What
this is
fuck?
no. Let
And
me
how much
say.
younger was Ugas?
Exactly. Like he 35. He was 7 years younger than Manny. Manny was 42. Ugas was 35.
5 years older than Murata. Golovkin was 5 years older than Murata.
Listen, and I don't really feel like I don't want to get into the Golovkin thing because he kind of aggravates me, but I give him his props because at the same time I know this motherfucking shit. Charlo ain't gonna be out here at fucking 40 winning belts. I know that motherfucking shit.
He ain't gonna be unifying at his age right now.
all this sucker shit that's going on, all these cats that's getting all this hype and all this whatever, them fucking cats, they ain't gonna be out here 40 years old unifying shit. I guarantee it, like the Men's Warehouse. I guarantee it.
I feel like Suleki might beat Charlo.
I just can't believe we acting like Ugas is anything special now. The dude got worse losses than Murata.
I mean, it doesn't make a good account of what people thought about the Cubans, you know, because like they're not used to fighting 12 rounders. You know, they're used to fighting like 6 to 4 or 8. You know, I got told that, you know, he hurt Figueroa, you know, and still couldn't finish him. But it's like I recall Uga saying like, "Yo, I had the opportunity, but you know, Spence recuperated." Well, you know what could have prevented that from recuperating if you punch him more. Now the Ugas that fought you know, Omar Figueroa would at least have a rubber stamp on these rounds.
Bro, listen, I'm with Alexis on this. I'm not gonna split the atom trying to understand why the fuck Ugas went out there. You know what? If that's you, Ugas, in that big moment, if that's what you telling me that's the fighter that you are, I'm with Alexis on this. I ain't trying to violate. I'm just saying, and I said this already on the weekend recap, that he knew he had a fractured orbital bone. You wouldn't have known it from how he was fighting, though, because he was fighting to win. Orbital bone fucked up and all that. Now he got the Margarito eye, but you never would have known that watching a fight. They're like, yo, his eye is fucked up. His orbital bone is fractured. And that is the difference. That is the difference between what is called a pound-for-pound fighter and a good fighter. Like, all right, Ugas, you good up until a certain level. I'm not trying to say bad things. I'm gonna just be mature for a second. I'm not trying to say bad things. But I saw two fighters in a situation where they had the same injury and they did react differently. It just so happens that one of those fighters is classified as one of the best fighters in the world. That's Inoue. Motherfuckers don't like it, but it's the truth. If it's easy to be a 3-division champion, tell Charlo go do it. But you got to fight champions, though, because that's what he knew he fought. He fought champions. He fought 4 of them. You don't know that because unless it's an American motherfucker, you not watching. Well, I don't give a fuck about that. I know that man, 3 divisions, 4 champions. He's unified right now. And that's what I see the difference is. There's a reason that a guy powers through that, and there's a reason, I'm not trying to be fucked up, that a guy don't.
He's about to get another champion in a couple months too. An all-time great champion.
The same one that busted his fucking eye. Same one. And I told motherfuckers, I said this after the Inui fight. Like, yeah, y'all saying no need so old, but I don't see Ubali beating that man. Ubali younger. He was unbeaten. I was like, yo, I don't see a lot of guys beating that Donaire that Inui fought.
Just because Inoue did it don't mean everybody else can.
That's the fuck I'm saying. Like, I don't see a lot of guys beating that guy, bro. He a problem, bro.
Like, and I'm so mad that this fight got fucked up, Onita was gonna obliterate fucking Casimiro.
Bro, I would have loved every fucking minute because I can't stand Casimiro, bro.
Bro, that fucking pedo fucking motherfucker.
Bro.
Who's this?
Casimiro, el otro campeón en el 118. That he got the WBO.
El
pajarito ese que se pone peroxide.
You see that? He's moving up.
What?
You see that? Yeah, he's moving up.
What about Paul Butler?
I mean, I keep hearing that he's moving up, but I keep saying it's not.
No. He's fighting Paul Butler, bro. I seen a poster.
I know, but I'm telling you, it's probably gonna happen, but I keep hearing that he's moving up. Maybe it's after. I don't know.
Put it like this, Isan. Put it like this. He beats Paul Butler, right? And he keeps the WBO. Vamos a decir eso. He actually wins that fight. He's not fighting. He doesn't want to go to Japan, bro. Ya tú no ves. Look at how many. It's already been 2 years since the pandemic started, right? What the fuck have you done to get Inui in the ring?
Well, he's gonna go to Japan.
Vamos a ver.
He put us all
No, he's gonna go to Japan. And Julius. Let me just say this real quick. Can we now? I feel like maybe we can stop with the whole Cuban ideology. Is that a word?
Espérese un momento, man. Wait. Espérese un momento, man.
Ideology.
You singing to the choir. Yo lo dije que la vaina, and I don't mean nothing bad by this, ¿verdad? Pero el aire que ellos tienen and I said this already 2 weeks ago. El aire que ellos tienen is because of the amateurs. Y lo que la gente no quiere entender, the amateurs is 3 rounds, bro. It's 3 rounds. The pros is 12. We don't really know what kind of gas tank you got until you in there. You might start off strong as shit in the first 3 or the first 5 or even the first 6. But when you start to fade down the stretch after you've been getting hit, and then you start getting hit more, then we gonna find out what you are and what you ain't. It's not amateurs. Amateurs is 3 rounds, bro. All you got, and I don't want to minimize it because that's disrespectful, but I'm saying that is the difference between the pros and the amateurs. It's a different beast, bro. Amateurs is activity, points for 3 rounds. Pros, it's motherfuckers. Go ahead, take all them rounds. I'm gonna hit you one time, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be it.
And then getting back to that Inui thing and the Casimiro thing, well, you know, and I know that a lot of people said this, but you know, Top Rank got a lot of criticism for not getting enough opponents and things like that and the other. But at the end of the day, they had the guy who had all the money, right? Because that's where he's got the division's money because he's got the country behind him, right? This guy, what I find really laughable is what I said. Like, remember when everybody was going crazy over Donaire, or whether he was going to fight what's his name, Casimiro or not, and then no, because Casimiro said something about his girl and then his wife, and you disrespect my wife, so I'm not gonna fight you, man. Man, from the moment that went down, bro, I was like, yo, this dude does not want to fight Casimiro because he's not the money. He's gonna take that. What the PBC wanted to do was enhance their bargaining position against Inui by having a unified champion on their side.
Look, this is, I mean, and literally word for word, everything you said. That's what I said 2.5 years ago. No, well, yeah, I'll say 2 because that's when things dematerialized between Inui and Casimiro. As soon as I seen the Duke Micah fight and where it was going down, I'm like, oh, I already see what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to get that other belt, right? Y'all trying to get that other belt, And you're not doing that to fight Inui. You doing that to ride his wave. You don't, because if it was about fighting, hold on, who mic is that? If it was about fighting Inui, why the fuck would you go to the PBC, bro? You was just talking to Top Rank. Y'all know, if I know this, y'all know this. If it was about fighting Inui, for real, I tell Bob, yo, Bob, can you give me some fights in the bubble while we wait? Because I still want to do the Inui fight, but can I get some fights in the bubble? You know what I mean? Because the whole thing was the Japanese investors was the ones that was going to pay for the fight. That's who was going to foot the bill for the fight. And when the pandemic hit, obviously, all of that got fucked up. Now, when all of that got fucked up, did Casemiro stay with Bob? No, you didn't stay with them. You went to the PBC and you fucking fought Duke Micah. And what you thought is, I'm going to chill right here and I'm going to ride that wave from here. I'm going to get this Nonito Donaire fight, right? I'm going to get that because eventually Donaire got the green belt back. I'm going to get that and then I'm going to just chill right here. They was not trying to fight Inui for the 2 years because the Inui versus Casemiro was supposed to happen in 2020. For the 2 years that have passed by, you have done absolutely nothing to get that fight, aside from mention him in interviews. That's it. And I hope, you know what I would like? What would be? I'm not betting on it, but I would like if Paul Butler could conjure up all the spirits of all the ancestors, of all the everything of ever, and just punch the fucking shit out of him and take his belt.
Amen.
It's possible that motherfucker is drained, bro.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I just want to give my take on the Ugas fight. Basically, all what Errol Spence fought was a punching bag in there, nothing else, and he couldn't knock him out. How many punches did he throw? Did he land? How many uppercuts he landed on Ugas? But not even one of them took him out. That just shows Spence has no power. That's it. And I don't understand how are his fans so hyped up based on that fight. What did he do? They were just, all Ugas did, went in there, put his head down. That's it. Nothing else. Didn't throw any punches. I'm
gonna tell you why you don't see it, Sawab. I'm gonna tell you why you don't see it, right? What's going on there, and I have said this, what's going on there, me and you not going to see it, but I see the behavior, and that tells me what it is. It's kind of like how NASA tests for planets, even though they can't see them. They'll shoot a beam and see how the beam react, right? Bang. When I see how they react, even though I don't see what they see, I see how they react, and I recognize that, and I see what it is. And what they like about that man ain't got fuck all to do with boxing, bro. It's not boxing. When you see they high on, like, yo, what are you high on, fam?
Julius, it's not even that. Even like some YouTube channels, like I didn't even expect to come out with that kind of BS that they came. Like, I'll give an example, like IBFP something, Nuke or something. Yeah, good channel. But he's a big Canelo fan. But he is calling the truth the greatest. He is the truth, and he is based on that fight. You're a boxing fan, bro. The way you speak, like the shows are all right. You know about boxing. What did you take away from that fight that happened on Saturday?
Right. What? Let me say this. Let me just say this. And Leo hasn't had the chance to talk. I'm gonna pass it to him after this. All right. I saw that even when a guy is standing in front of you, he's not fighting back. I saw the fight. I paid for the fight. I got my receipt. I posted it online. I posted it on Twitter. I saw the fight the same as everybody else. You got a guy. He's standing in front of you. He's not fighting back. He's in a guard. He's protecting his midsection. Instead of stepping off or pivoting or shifting or giving himself some room to jab and start setting things up, because you ain't having no success in the pocket, but you keep going there, all right? You're not rolling and countering when he go upstairs. You just doing this shit downstairs. I let off some uppercuts then, you got to do something, you know what I mean? I see a stationary target that is not fighting back, right? That's what y'all high on, that he pummeled a guy who is not fighting back. Cool. I just know that ain't going to work with Crawford. He ain't going to stand there doing this shit
And imagine they're saying, "Oh, the reason why Ugas didn't fight because Spence didn't let him." Well, that's not true. You saw Ugas in there. He's not throwing hands, even though you can see for sometimes 10 seconds, 20 seconds, there is no punches being thrown by any of them.
Let me
So
see.
make that make sense.
Let me
I
see.
don't understand how people are so excited.
Punch says, do you think boxing fans are getting carried away with triangle theories? I don't know, because I don't really, how can I put this? There's a distinction between measuring a fighter's level and a triangle theory, because while triangle theories don't work, and they don't work, you are expected to compete at a certain level. And one way you can gauge whether or not you're on the level of champions is to fight fighters that they fought. You know what I mean? For example, when you see Virgil go in there with a mean machine and he beats the fuck out of him, you know that, okay, you're on a level of an Avanesian at least. Well, not an Avanesian, but you know, you're in that place with those fighters, because, well, Mean Machine is a 2-time Olympian. He's a world title challenger. So when you see that, that doesn't mean he beats Crawford, but that means he's on his way. And you need to see those levels. They need to have those fights with common opponents. That should not be confused with a triangle theory. A triangle theory, put simply, is he beat him and he beat you, so he should beat you. And that's not how
Julius,
it
this is
works.
exactly what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. I've seen loads of Spence fight. Basically, they're saying, "Oh, Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao," and that same look what Spence did with the Ugas. So imagine Spence was in there with Manny Pacquiao. What would he have done to bring Manny Pacquiao?
Now let me say this. For example, Bernard Hopkins lost to Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor lost to Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik lost to Bernard Hopkins. That's how you know triangle theories don't work. I'm gonna go to the heavyweights, right? Muhammad Ali suffered his
Yes,
first
exactly. I was just about to
professional
say
loss.
that.
Boom.
Muhammad Ali suffered his first professional loss to Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier got annihilated in 2 rounds by George Foreman.
George
Foreman
Foreman
got out hustled
by Muhammad
say,
Ali.
by Muhammad Ali. But every time Muhammad fought Joe, it was a 15 motherfucking round fight, because triangle theories don't work. But those
Styles makes fight.
styles make fights. And the thing is, a triangle theory consists of 3 fighters that are common opponents, no more. Once we start getting into 4 and 5 common opponents, it's not a triangle anymore, bro. Now and when you get into 4 and 5 guys, and this guy consistently outperforms these guys, it's not a triangle no more. He's literally better than them. Once you got like 2, 3 common opponents with a guy and you killing him, and he's not. Once we get into 2, 3, 4, and 5 opponents, it's a difference between a triangle theory and that, because a triangle is only about 3 guys. It's 3 guys, no more. Bernard Hopkins, Kelly Pavlik, Jermaine Taylor. That's a triangle.
Julius, the universe works in some beautiful ways. I'm happy in a sense. Spence won, and now they've given him that confidence that he can get in there with Crawford.
Yeah.
So now I hope they
Yo,
have that
Julius, I
same
gotta
energy.
refresh real quick, all right?
Yeah.
Back in.
So I'm happy that happened. So now Spence has that energy, whatever's behind him, that people, his fans, think that he can beat Crawford now. He can get in there with him. I hope that fight happens, and Bud Crawford is gonna annihilate him. Trust me. It's
Now,
not gonna go the full distance.
It's of course it's not. It's not. Let me read the super chat. Mark, I don't think it's that Spence has no power. I think it's that Spence isn't advanced enough to pick punches and combos to KO a guy in survival mode. I'm gonna tell you what it is. When people think of power, they think of knockouts. Spence has power. He has some power, I'll say that, but it's accumulative. He has to accumulate damage. And because he throws punches in bunches, he doesn't really hit you with punches you don't see. Crawford hits you with punches you don't see. And those is the punches that knock you out.
Exactly.
The ones you don't see.
Exactly.
It's the difference between heavy punches and sharp punches.
Exactly. Now, the punches you don't see, because you don't brace yourself for them, they jostle your brain. But a guy like Spence, when you see a guy like Spence that you know he's going to throw 3 and 4 punch combinations, he's not going to hit you with a punch you don't see, because you know what he's about to do and you brace yourself for it. You brace yourself for it. It's kind of what's going on actually with Clarissa Shields. Why can't Clarissa get knockouts or knockdowns? It's simple. When she catches the girl, she goes crazy. throws mad punches, and the girl cover up, try to survive. Savannah, she hits you with shit you don't see. She tried for the right. She missed Femke. When she came over with the left, man, Femke, it was a wrap. And if you watch all her, it's like, yeah, she hits you with shit you don't see. And because she has power in both hands, she'll fucking take you out. But it's the punches you don't see. And I take that back to that old interview with Mike Tyson, and I forgot who was interviewing him. But that's where I picked that up from there. Oh, he's right. And then I noticed the shit. They're like, yeah, yo, it really is. It's not when you unloading. Now, if you see a guy that could take somebody out while they're unloading, that is a heavy-handed motherfucker.
Yeah.
If
Julius,
they're bracing themselves and they still like Golovkin, George Foreman, that
Julian
George,
Jackson.
Yeah.
Better beef.
Better
Listen, Ugas, I don't know why
be
they're saying
touching
that
you.
Ugas
God.
was in survival mode. Ugas was not in survival mode. If he was, you would have seen him running around. Tago was in survival mode, running around the ring.
I agree.
Ugas wasn't. He was right in the middle, just there, shelled up. How is that survival mode?
I'm gonna say this, right? There's guys, it's like, because in boxing, there's no one size fits all answer to every puzzle. There really isn't. You got guys that they're heavy-handed like Foreman, that even if you blocking, they're gonna tear you up. Remember what they used to say about Rocky Marciano, for example. If he get a guy, he want to chill in his high guard, what Rocky would do is punch you in your arms and use his power for that to get you to drop them shits and start punching you in your face. It's heavy-handed fighters like that, and then it's guys like Julian Jackson. Julian Jackson was explosive. Like, he was explosive. I would not, even though Julian is one of the biggest punchers in the sport, I don't put Julian in the same file as Better Beef. Different, because their power gets delivered different. Like, Better Beef, he heavy-handed, like Foreman was heavy-handed. Like, this dude just fucking hits hard. But
Anytime
Julian,
you touch a guy, you just see it, bro. He doesn't even load up. He throws it from his.
bro,
fist
it'll
to his chest.
be this much distance between his fist and the other guy, and it's still enough on it that he hurt the guy. That's how I know this dude hit man hard.
Dillian White is
Fighting him on the inside
explosive.
is crazy. Fighting him on the inside is crazy, bro.
Let me read the
suicide.
Let me read the super chat. Jaime Nieto says people are about to be surprised that Bud is going to beat Errol easier than they think. I see Bud picking him apart and possibly stopping him. Now I'm gonna go to Leo.
Not possibly.
Ain't no, to me, it's a done deal. Long as they do the
100%.
fight. Let me go to Leo, my man Leo. He hasn't had the chance to say nothing. Leo, you've had the chance to see the fight, process what you saw, and just 2 days later, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I saw it before. I saw it before the Golovkin fight. It's like, okay, this is a unification fight. Okay, those are the facts. But you have a guy, for example, in Ryota Murata, elevated to WBO champion.
That's true.
World champion. Hasn't fought in 2 years. That is the champion is fighting Golovkin.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, all right. You have this guy Ugas. He gets elevated also. He defends his belt against Manny Pacquiao, 2 years inactive with no fucking legs. We saw the fight. He had no legs. That is the WBO champion. So for me, I cannot discuss the fact, but my feeling is this is a contender. Ugas is a contender in the same way Murata is a contender. He's a good fighter.
I
Murata
agree.
is a good fighter. Ugas is a good fighter, but they are in the contender level.
I agree.
For me, Ugas wins a vacant title against Butaev or Stanionis. Okay, he is the champion.
I
But
agree.
this Ugas, nah.
I agree.
Now about the fight, I was watching the fight. Okay, you're trying to be in the center of the ring. You're trying your best to be in the center of the ring. You cannot pass the Spence jab. So you try to counter at the end of the punches. You're not trying to punch with him. You're trying to go under and go to the body. Okay. But after a while, after the four, I saw the fight. I was watching the fight, and I see, okay, this fight I already saw this fight.
Mm.
This is the Lamont Peterson fight. This is exactly what Lamont Peterson did, except for one thing. Lamont Peterson was countering occasionally into the seven when he got stopped, but it was countering to the face of Errol Spence. Errol Spence was going to the body, but gave me the impression, okay, you're trying to be in the center of the ring, you're trying to wear the Errol Spence punches with your guard, but you cannot choose what to defend. You cannot choose if you're going to defend your body or your face. So you're trying to do your best to cover your body and your face, and it's not working. You're not trying to punch with him. Like, if a guy understood what has to be done against Errol Spence, it's Sean Porter. Sean Porter was punching with him.
Yeah,
He
because
didn't
that's how
care.
you gotta catch him.
He didn't care. If he get caught, okay, but it was trying to punch him with him because he knew that with his reach, and Errol Spence is defensively responsible enough. So you're not going to catch him at the end to the face. Probably not. Ugas was trying to catch him to the body, and he didn't stop him. He didn't.
Let me
He
say
didn't do
this
the.
also. Even though Sean Porter lost some fights, and he won some fights too, though. You know, even though he lost some fights, Sean to me, and this is gonna sound weird, Sean to me was the only bankable PBC fighter because he had the only bankable qualities. I knew one thing about Sean Porter. You were gonna have a hard time keeping that man out. It don't matter who's in there with him. You're gonna have a hard time keeping him out because that was consistent in almost every fight. They're like, yo, dog, like this dude gonna get in, man. He gonna get in. And it's just a question of can you take it when he get in? You know what I mean? He got in on Spence. And everybody look at that fight with rose tinted lenses. They forget the overhand that stunned Spence. They forget the body shot that he was. I never seen him. That was the first time I really seen him hurt when he connected with that body shot. I was the only bankable fighter I've ever seen really at the PB because Keith Thurman is not bankable. The Pacquiao fight proved that, and to some degree, the Garcia fight proved that your power and what we see you do with other guys, we can't rely on that. We're not going to see that all the time. Crawford is bankable. Things he does is bankable. The pivots and the shifts and the hooks on the turn, that's bankable. That he going to switch, that's bankable. That you don't want to let him hit you clean, that's bankable. Like, yeah, you could rely on that. At some point, he is going to hurt a guy. It's just a matter of time.
Once you get touched, bro.
Yep.
Once you get touched and your legs, little stumble, that's it. Like if it was Crawford, bro, the moment Errol turned and he wobbled back a little bit, not even before the mouthpiece shit, just when he got countered and he stumbled back, Crawford would have got him.
Left him right
Got him
there.
right there.
No,
Yeah,
you
he would have jumped all over him.
He would have stepped on his mouthpiece, right? He would have thought about
He would have
stepped on his mouthpiece and proceeded to beat his ass with his mouthpiece out of his mouth. He didn't even wait for nothing. That's a whole different mentality. That's a whole different level of viciousness. Are you kidding me? Your mouthpiece fell out? I'm going to knock your teeth out.
Away is that Spence, after he spit his mouthpiece, ignored fighting Ugas and was like walked a few steps looking for his mouthpiece.
Well, that's what
fight.
Country.
Like, what are you
doing?
doing?
Country, I'm glad you brought that up because that's the part that everybody's missing. When he got hit, and this is how I know that his faculties was not in order. The ref didn't say stop yet. He literally did not say it yet. Spence got hit. He walks over to the shit and he looking down. The ref didn't say nothing yet. And I'm like, yo, this dude, that hurt.
If that was Crawford, he would have ate a shot.
He would have been down.
If he was fighting Crawford, he would have been done. He would have got hit.
Down.
He would have been. Yeah, he would
and
have
also
hit.
Done. Over. But that's the mentality that separates.
I want to add that for what I saw from Errol Spence, there is nothing that Errol Spence did in that fight that Crawford can't work around. Nothing.
That's the same
Right.
thing. Like, look.
Nothing.
Ugas is an orthodox fighter. We often talk about the conundrum that an orthodox fighter faces with a southpaw and why it's so difficult. You don't have that advantage with Crawford. You come out jabbing southpaw, right? That's cool. It could throw a guy off. Yeah, of course, because he's an orthodox fighter. Crawford come out southpaw, you don't have that advantage to where you're going to be moving to the outside of his jab. Nah, you don't have that advantage. And he going to fight you that way. He might fight you that way for 6-7 rounds. And out of the clear blue sky, switch. Now you in there with a different guy. You've been fighting a southpaw for 6-7 rounds. Now you got to watch these right hands.
Yep.
You got to watch these right hands, and you ain't even your muscle memory after the 6 and the 7 rounds. You looking for a straight left. You worrying about that out of clear blue sky. Now you got to worry about a straight right. Now you got to worry about the backhand being the right hand. It's different with that cat. And on top of that, I'm gonna say this. And look, motherfuckers can call me the fucking king of the Crawford fan club. I don't give a fuck. He gonna knock that man out. My thing is Crawford has better feet than Spence. Don't tell me different. And if you can't see it, you can't fucking see it, that's just your fucking problem.
100%. 100%.
Right.
Just-
Crawford
Hey, can I say something about this?
Crawford ain't flat-footed, man.
Nope.
At all.
At all.
But the beauty about Crawford is,
But
if
you
he
know,
wants
getting
to
back
throw
to
his punches, he can.
Crawford
Go ahead.
sells blood, man.
Go ahead, Alexis.
that thing, getting back to just that Porter fight. I don't know if you guys how many of y'all rewatched it, but there were rounds in that I thought that Porter had been doing more damage or more work than he actually was doing. You know, he was in the pocket. He was doing that thing where he, throws a lot of punches and that. This fucking guy Crawford, it's like he saw everything coming. It was like parrying, just missing, catching it with the shoulders, standing right in front of him. And Porter talked about that on his podcast. He said, I don't know what the fuck he was doing to me. I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that with him. That's the type of shit that Crawford is on.
Let me say this shit, right? See, Crawford is what I like to call in my personal file cabinet. He bankable. Like better. There's things about Better Beef that are bankable. There are things about Tyson Fury that are bankable. There are things about Vasyl Lomachenko that are bankable. Now with Ugas, the selling point and his out in this fight wasn't that he's bankable. It was, how's this guy holding up? That was the main thing. No car accident, no eye injury. Everybody going to say Spence wins the fight because that's what fooled me. Whatever. Like, I'm going to just take it all at face value. My main thing was I can't trust Spence. He hasn't fought in a year. I don't trust him. Like, if you trust him more than I do, hey, cool, but I don't trust him. So I need to see him to see what he can still do. I've seen him. Cool. All right. So you just like you was in 2017. Cool. Well, in 2017, I didn't think you were better than Crawford. You good. You good. You good. And you good. You throw a lot. You strong a little bit. You got a good engine, decent. You don't take the best punch though. And I don't want to. Mean machine. All right, bro. Just bet on that. Everything you telling me when you place your bet, tell your bookie.
Julius, you know what's funny to me too is people like the thing with that mouthpiece shit, bro. When the mouthpiece comes out, the referee is supposed to stop the action when it naturally breaks up, like
when there's a lull, exactly.
A lull in the action. But it's like Ugas could have jumped on Arrow even more in that moment, and nothing referee could have done about it. Nothing could be done about it. I'm like, and that just shows you the levels, bro. Because if it was Crawford right there, bro, there would have been no lulls in the action. As soon as Arrow took that little stumble back, it's it. That's it.
Look, if Spence's plan, right, is to work the body on Terrence Crawford and overwhelm him with volume, the solution to that, and I'm not trying to be Johnny fucking know-it-all, right? I'm just saying that this is what I've seen in terms of solutions for that problem. When an opponent is trying to crowd you and throw volume punches and throw a lot, what I have seen the real good fighters, what they do is simple. They shift.
Sorry, Julius. Look at the comment by Fernandez. Look at that clown.
What he said?
The hate
He goes,
is real.
the hate is real here.
Then why the fuck are you watching it?
Bro, why you here?
Wait. No. I mean, like, but I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna lose my train of thought over that. Then why the fuck are you watching it now, Bang? What I normally see really good fighters do in a situation where they have an opponent that's trying to get in a wheelhouse and crowd them and throw 3 and 4 punch combinations is shift. Floyd used to do it. When Floyd did it to Canelo, it was fucking beautiful. Like it was a thing of beauty. Canelo, like he closing the gap, he's hooking off, doing all this wild shit. Little shift and gets under the hook.
You gotta use your feet. Gotta use your feet. Bro, and we already saw with Errol, bro. He couldn't even pivot to get Sean out of the pocket with Sean.
That's and what now? I'm not once again. I'm not trying to be Johnny Know-It-All, but I said it 2 years ago.
Basic knowledge, though. It's like,
I said it too. Yo, all that shit you did to Errol. Who mic is that? All that shit you did to Errol, you're not gonna be able to do none of that with this guy. You not. I'm telling you not. He gonna shift and hook on the turn and catch you on your way in, and that's how he gonna bust you up. Because it's bull and matador. Basically, what the shift does, if this is the train, if this is the locomotive that's coming, you see? If this let me do it with this hand. If this is the shift, this is where the shift gonna happen. You see what I mean? That's what he did to Porter. You coming forward, nope, not there.
And you open for counters.
He kept checking him. He kept checking him.
Look at Mike. How many knockouts did Tyson get off them damn fucking pivots?
Hold on, let me see this. Mean Machine or Gamboa, who hit harder? I would say Mean Machine. If this is that like a Crawford thing, bro? Like I said, if you think Spence gonna knock him out, don't come here and tell me you ain't gonna get no money from me. Tell your bookie. If you believe, chill. If you believe everything you saying, then tell your bookie, bro. Bet large. You believe Spence gonna beat him, right? So be a man, right? Be a man. Take your check, put it on Spence. The whole thing.
Listen,
get money. You believe it, right?
Julius.
Put your money
beautiful, Julius.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, man. I feel so happy for Crawford, man. Like, again, they're gonna see this guy. That's the guy. You got the guy. He just broke an orbital bone, right? He just beat the guy that beat the guy. You got that guy. No more over an automobile accident. No more excuses. No more nothing. No more. Listen, get in the ring and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
See what the fuck happens. And then on that night, you're going to know why it is that fight didn't happen 5 fucking years ago.
Let me say this. Let me just say this, right? Let me just say this. Because this is why I don't respect these guys. Immediately after the Errol Spence Sean Porter fight, they were the ones saying Sean Porter is too much, too physically strong. Crawford is too small. That's what they said for 2 years until the fight was made. Then when the fight got made, the whole air changed. And it's the same thing with this. With Rigo, I saw the same thing. I saw the exact same thing. You don't want the fight. You just want to talk shit for 2 years. You don't actually want the fight. Because when the fight got made, your whole attitude, like, I thought you wanted Rigo to break his jaw like he broke. I told y'all, Rigo too small for that fight. He too small. You too small. And all that shit you be doing at 122, none of that shit is going to work. I had that attitude. The videos are still up. Them old, barely edited videos I did, they still up. They still there. Now, like, he too small, bro. It ain't good. Y'all just saying that shit because ain't nobody else around this weight that y'all think could beat him. And y'all don't want Javante to fight him because y'all scared he gonna get beat. So y'all putting all y'all hope in Rigo. And y'all talking shit for 2 and 3 years so that when a fight get made, the air could leave your lungs.
Now, Julius, you know what's going to be a great thing? These PBC fans, they've gotten conditioned to be able to do that. Talk shit and stand behind the ring and watch their fighters with their zeros and then live in fantasy and triangular fights and this and that, find excuses. But the good part about this is that all that shit is coming to an end. Not only with the Crawford fight, but with these boys at TGB doing these promotions and their matchmaking, bro.
I agree.
There's a lot of motherfuckers that that whole thing, the whole configuration, the PBC model, I'm telling you, that shit is over.
I think so.
It's
I
over
think
because
so. I think so. The that card with Fernandez and Ancajas, that was the card that I felt like something is changing. Something is
it's
changing.
changing.
And if you
It's clear, man. It's clear.
it's something is changing because it's like, yo, dog, how can we spend millions upon millions of dollars for these fucking guys, bro? It's not sustainable. Something has to change.
Right.
It's not
You know,
sustainable. Go ahead, country.
You know, the crazy thing too about a lot of Errol Spence fans, man, is that, you know, anytime you tell the truth about something, they equate it to hate. And after that fight with Ugas, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna beat Crawford's ass. He's gonna bust him up and blah blah." It's like, come on, what world are you living in?
Bro,
You know?
let me tell you something, country.
I mean, I'm
This
not
is
saying, you know, that he doesn't have a chance, but damn,
no,
man.
I mean, but let me tell you the difference between a Crawford fan or just a boxing fan, really. Fuck a Crawford fan, a boxing fan, and those guys that love Spence, right? They want to argue to the point that Alexis made just now, right? These dudes have been conditioned to argue without actually having to see the repercussions and the consequences. They talk shit for 2-3 years, hyping up Rigo, and the fight played out exactly as I like, bro. What the fuck are y'all talking about? That man gonna lose. He gonna lose, bro.
Sounds like Wilder fans.
I said it about the Sean Porter fight. For I'm gonna say, because it was longer than 2 years. They were saying, "Oh, Crawford's gonna be too small at welterweight. Guys like Sean Porter gonna be too big and too strong." So that when they fight, you see what happened, and you still don't want to accept it because you are conditioned for the bitch assness and the bitch shit. Now you still trying to ride that train with this guy till it leave the station. Stay there, bro. You going to feel so crazy when you see that shit. This is
Julius,
not Ugas.
Listen, yeah.
Julius, I want to say something.
Right.
Look, I am a Golovkin fanboy. Okay, so what everything that involves, I would like that Golovkin get the biggest check he can get, the biggest fight, the big money. It doesn't give me any money, but I can avoid it. I'm a Golovkin fanboy. I'm not a Crawford fanboy. So if this fight needs to happen and you're gonna get global, take the fight. I don't care. If you got global and you don't take the fight because they're giving you more money, I don't care. It's on you, because this is your opportunity to be 2 times undisputed and do well, 2 weight class.
Right.
Let me address this, right? When I say what I'm saying what I was told. After that fight, I said, yo, after Porter versus Spence, I said Terrence Crawford will be the first man. It's the videos is up. I don't have to lie. It's not in me to do that. I said immediately, Terrence Crawford is going to be the first man to knock out Sean Porter. Of that, I am convinced. That I know. And I said that when all the Spence fans were saying, "Oh, Crawford, Porter's too big. He's too strong." That's what they were saying. I tell no lies. That's what they told me. Porter's too big, too strong. Crawford can't keep it. All right, just wait till they fight. Wait till they fight.
Look what Errol Spence did with Sean Porter, and look at the way Crawford dealt with him. Let's not get into the triangle theory.
I'm not even
Yeah.
the same. It's the same thing. I'm telling you now. I'm not going to sit here and argue with no Spence fan about their opinion, because I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I know what's going to happen, and in your heart, you do too. That's why y'all didn't want that fight. That's why y'all wanted that one to be the last one. So maybe Crawford to be a little older, or maybe he'll be a little bit more banged up. That's y'all wanted it last. I wanted it from the beginning. I still want it now because I know he's gonna knock that dude out. And
I got one question. Should Bud accept 60-40?
My honest opinion,
45?
yes. My honest opinion, yes. You gotta look. You have to sacrifice in moments like that. You do. You have to sacrifice. You cannot have it all your way all the time. That's everything. You don't learn that till you get older, depending on what decisions you made. but you have to sacrifice. If 60-40 gets you that fight, do it. Because I know that fight, the beautiful thing about what Alexis is saying is actually true, and I haven't had the chance to touch on it myself, that I'm glad that y'all think, I'm glad y'all really believe in that dude right now. I'm glad.
I'm so happy.
I'm glad.
I'm so happy.
That's more money for us, bro.
That fight
I can't
to me,
wait. I can't wait.
Wait. That fight to me was dead. Like, but this dude been in a car accident. Nobody believes in him. Y'all believe in him? Great. I'm glad y'all think that bullshit is gonna work. I'm all for it because I want that fight to do 500 to 600,000 pay-per-view buys. And if I'm toxic enough and fucked up enough and troll enough, yeah, I can help get it there too. We all can by talking about the fight. I want the guys to get paid. They deserve to get paid. It's a great fight involving two unbeaten American champions. I want them to get their money, believe it or not. I will not steal from them. You know,
make it in the afternoon, 6 p.m., 8 p.m., so people in the UK can watch it as well. That's more pay-per-view. And put it on pay-per-view.
No.
And these days, 2 unbeaten American champions is a rare thing. So
it is.
Fight for undisputed too, no less.
May the best man win, even though I know who's gonna win. Now, listen, I'm gonna say this, man. I got a name for these Spence fans. I'm just gonna straight up call them hoes down. That's what they are.
Yo, them dudes. Look.
Wow.
I'm not going. I ain't even going to get to the sexual proclivities of these individuals and what really makes them gravitate towards a particular fighter.
Because like I said, I want them to keep the same delusional energy. Because when that happens, man, the whole world is going to change.
Nah, because you know what's going to happen. Look, when Wilder got, and I fucking loved it. By the way, I fucking loved it. I loved it. Right. The whole of the Glovegate theory and all this shit, and motherfuckers really was believing shit, and no, he gonna get him the third time. He gonna get it back in blood.
You don't get it back in blood.
I said this, and Alexis, I don't know if you saw it, but it's up on Facebook, and somebody tagged me to it not but 2 months ago. I said it the day after the fight on Sunday morning. The only difference between a third fight and a second fight is Mark Breland may not be there to save you. Don't be mad at him. He saved you.
Yeah.
He saved you. That's what I said the day he saved you. Now, it turned out later on, some weeks, obviously, because he didn't fire him right away. But there were rumors that he was going to fire him. I said it here on the channel. The only difference between the third fight and the second fight, you know what it's going to be? Mark won't be there to pull you out. You're going down, bro. Going all the way down. And after you go down, you may retire. Where's Wilder, bro? Where is he? Where is he?
To be seen.
Bro, thank God. Thank God.
No, because they just jumped on. They just jumped on. Oh, we back to the Spencer B. Crawford. All right, Keith. Yo, look, I'm old, bro. I don't want to yell, and I don't want my blood pressure to get high. I'm not gonna argue with you. If you believe that, stop coming to me and telling me, and go on Bovada or tell your bookie. Place your bets. Place your. If you believe it, place your bets.
Put your money where your mouth is.
It's that simple. Don't argue with me. You're not going to change my mind.
And post your paper.
Hey, Jules, by the way, I got a question right quick. You touched on something earlier, how like when Spence got stunned by Ugas in the 6th round, right, that he could have been out on his feet. Like, is it possible that the follow-up shots that Ugas landed, like the 1-2, could have woke him up and sent him into the ropes?
Yeah, because that happens sometimes. That happens. It's like in a situation like that where the guy's out on it. Like if they was in the UK, that fight might have got stopped. Believe it or not, they quicker to stop. They quicker to stop a fight in the UK. That's just the truth. But in America, what you got to do in that situation is you got to pour it on. You have to pour it on. You got to just keep punching you until the ref sees he's getting hit 3 or 4 times and his hands is down. You got to pour it on.
I mean, I said this several times. Like, truth be told, when Ugas sent Spence into the ropes, Spence should have got a stand and count. He should have.
No shit.
Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say that for those people out there that are calling us haters and this and that, let me give you this little piece of caveat. Right? Well played. Errol Spence, PBC, Al Heyman, well played. You got your things your way. You got 3 belts on your side. You're going to get at least 60-40 split. Top Rank is out of the equation. You got what you wanted. And I'm going to make an admission, right? The other day, I was questioning whether this fight was as big now, was as big as it was then, 3 years ago, whatever. I would say that from because of Earl Spence's performance and because of the way the fight ended, this and that and the other, I think it's right back up to the fever pitch again.
And I want to say that officially too. That I questioned the market value of the fight for at least the last 2 years. They're like, I don't even know if the fight is going to be commercially what it could have been. But to Alexis's point, it's back. It's back at a fever pitch.
Back at a fever pitch, and you got things away. So kudos to all to the PBC for coming out, making a plan, and getting it done. Was it great for boxing? No, it was great for y'all. But
exactly. Adding to Alexis' point. Sorry, Alexis. Adding to Alexis' point. I'm happy that it happened. Thank fuck it happened. Now because it gave confidence to Errol Spence and his bitch bum boys that Errol Spence is the greatest. He's gonna do it. And this, even big boxing channels are saying the same thing again. Boxing, what's that one? Boxing Voice or whatever it is. Every single person, they got that hype up now for Errol Spence. Well done. There's confidence in him now. Now fight him. I hope it happens.
Let me say this.
Now fight him.
Let me say this. See, AJ versus Wilder. I liked AJ for the fight, but I was not as confident in the outcome of that fight as I am in this one. This one is Rigo versus Loma. This one is it's that confidence.
It's night and day. It's night and day.
It's like that. There was a chance because it's the heavyweight division, and if you know heavyweight boxing, anything can happen at any fucking moment. So there was an air of spontaneity, I really want to see that fight. I like AJ for the fight, and I think he can get him. But Wilder, right hand, I want let's see the fight. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. I will tell you, no confidence right now. 2020 hindsight, Wilder would have killed AJ.
I don't believe that.
You know why? I'm gonna just base it on this. It takes a lot more to knock out Wilder than it does to fucking.
No. Now let me say this. Let's have that very quickly. Very quickly. This is the difference, right? Everything we're basing about knocking out Deontay Wilder is based on Fury, because he's the one who knocked him out, and Fury has not convinced me that because you beat him and his piss poor cardio that you this big power punch all of a sudden. Nah, I honestly don't believe it. I want to see this Dillian White fight. Because it'll tell me more with Dillian than what you did to Wilder. Wilder has no cardio. Mark Breland said it. The man does no road work. After one round, he was exhausted. You were landing at will on him, and it took you a while to put him down and keep him down. I didn't start fucking watching Fury in 2018. I've been watching Fury, and I'm like, bro, this dude was never
coming to the Tyson Fury now. Look, apparently he's been reported that he's looking very skinny. He's losing weight.
Well, I'm telling you, he's gonna box. He's gonna box, bro. He's gonna because and Sawab, I said it. You on all these lives.
I told you, bro. Told you,
bro. I don't think I just. It's hard for me to imagine that you're
gonna get in there with Wilder.
That you're gonna make the job easier for Dillian by coming forward. I have to see it to believe it, because I don't believe it. I think you're gonna box.
I said the same thing. There is no chance. The way Fury fought against Wilder, he's not gonna do the same thing with Dillian. He's not gonna give him that chance.
He doesn't make sense.
Now let me say this. Why is that? Because Dillian White and a lot of people, I just think this is a fighter that don't get the respect that he deserves. But the difference between Dillian and Wilder is Dillian wants to be in the pocket. Wilder is Bambi in the pocket. He has no inside game. Dillian wants to be on the inside so he could work the body. That's why he's called the body snatcher. So he could bring over the left hook, the one he knocked out Derek Chisora with. That's what he wants. If you come forward on him, you don't have to work for him. You need to box him. You're going to have to. And hopefully you can tire him out. Hopefully what you can do is tire him out so you could take him out late or win a decision. But we'll see. Because I heard some Brits say he ain't knocking Dillian. We going to see. I don't know. I just want to see the fight.
This fight. Saturday, man. Saturday. I can't.
It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit.
Fight still happening?
It's going to be lit, man.
And it's on Top Rank.
Yo, Alexis,
$69.99.
fucking Top Rank boxing. I even go hard.
Listen carefully. If it ain't Top Rank, can it really be considered boxing?
Oh, come on with this bullshit. Come on with this bullshit.
Brandon Bassett right there, man.
Honorable. Wait. We gotta send Bob.
I gotta hear one more. Wait. I gotta hear one time before I wrap it up. The honorable. The one time for the one time, Alexis. The honorable Bob.
The honorable Bob.
All right, everyone.
We gotta send Bob our wishes. He's sick at the moment.
We have to. God forbid, when something happens to Bob Arum, God forbid, yeah. Something we have to check on Alexis, bro. We have to make sure he's all right.
Let me tell you something. I hope nothing never happen to that little old man. Cause I don't think, and I'm not even playing. I don't think boxing would be the same without him. I really don't.
Listen. I don't think I'm gonna call your show anymore. But let me tell you something, man. Let me just tell you something. Motherfucker, you know that thing with the honorable Bob Arum? So I had, the LGBT types and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go crazy on me. And you know this guy, what's his name? It's one of the guys from Ring IQ, but I forget his name.
Who, Charles?
He used to lose his. It might have been him, Charles, and some other guy, whatever. He said, no. Why you calling him the honorable? You're just saying that because, you play, because they say the honorable Elijah Muhammad and things like that.
Yeah.
So they took it there, and you try to use that, and you cool. And I'm like, the honorable Bob. So they would lose their fucking minds. You don't even understand, bro.
Now, let me tell you
something. They
something.
will try to murder me.
Hold on, let me tell you
It's
something.
amazing how one little word can spark someone, or like with Julius in the.
Yeah, bro.
Listen. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't know the type of wild shit that used to happen in that group, B. Y'all don't know the type of wild shit. And how, like, motherfuckers, like, let me tell y'all something. Motherfuckers used to get out their bed, mad than a son of a bitch. And me, get out their bed. I'm talking about out their bed. Ain't wiped the crust out their eye. Ain't had breakfast yet. Mad at me. Because I said fuck Lara. Because I said fuck Lara. Motherfucker wake up in a mood, driving fast. Pull over. Yo, I shit you not, y'all. I shit you. And that video was still up because somebody tagged me to it. You had a grown-ass man pushing 40, pull over to the shoulder so he can yell at me.
Oh, my God, yeah.
My God. Piénsalo. You're on the highway. You're going to pull over to the shoulder because I said fuck Lara?
Was this like on a live or something on Facebook or?
Yo, it's a lot. This is when Facebook doesn't even let you do it anymore. Facebook used to let you have a conference call with yourself and one other person.
Yeah.
I think that it must have led to a murder or something because they don't let you do it anymore.
Hey, Jules, who was that one dude on your show that a long time ago he was yelling at you and then like his brother came on and was like yelling super loud?
Was that Battle?
No, that wasn't Battle.
No. Somebody here in America was a black dude. He came on,
Bruce?
and I think his brother was yelling at you, and then he came on talking about yelling at you about like not messing with his brother, and it was hilarious, man. I mean, but he couldn't stop screaming. It was a long time ago, man.
I gotta look that up. I gotta look that up in the live section of the folder.
I
But
was
By
rolling,
the way,
dude.
by,
That
by,
shit was
by the way,
funny.
Jules, what happened to battle anyway?
well, look, this the no. Look, I'm not going to knock battle. I'm not look. I'm not going to knock battle. But what I'm gonna say is, a lot of the guys that are on this panel, right? I'm gonna assume that a lot of the guys on this panel are at least 30 plus or approaching.
Man,
And
I'm 21.
well, then you
Are
very
you a
mature.
baby?
No, hold on.
I'm
Let me
27.
finish. Let me
I'm
finish.
25.
Then you're
Who's
mature.
31?
Listen, hold
Damn,
on. Let me say
I'm
this.
the old man.
Let me say this. Then you're mature for your age, because Battle's thing was the little kid shit that I'ma just argue for arguing and disagree for disagree. Like, bro, unless
Yeah.
like that shit starts being annoying after like you. So you just always want to be a contrarian for attention because you are young. I am not your fucking father to give you attention. I'm not your father. Ain't nobody up here on this panel your father. So doing little silly things like that, goofy, it's like, I'm not knocking you because you're young, and I know it's in your nature to do that. But don't we old up here, bro? Like, I'm just gonna get irritated by the
We
shit
just
after a
conversing.
while.
We just
Yeah, like
conversing.
Where's Mark?
Like you
I haven't
can
seen Mark in
disagree.
a long time.
You can disagree if you actually like if you're gonna disagree on something, it's because you actually like agree, like you actually believe what you're saying. But if you're just doing it just to be annoying, it's like, bro, come on.
now look, me and Alexis just had a disagreement, and you never would have known it because we're both mature. We respect each other. He believes Wilder would have got AJ. I disagree. We gave up points. We moved on because we're grown-ups.
Hey, Julius, there's so many things that I disagree with Alexis, but that's his opinion. That's his way of thinking.
It's
That it is what it is.
Listen, it's okay to and I have said this. I used to say this all the time. You can disagree in the group, and I actually had a set of rules. Disagree, debate. It's exciting. It's good to hear his perspective and his perspective because you get a more rounded view of the subject. This perspective and this perspective, right? Do it in a civilized manner. What passes for a debate now with these fucking like I don't even look B. I don't got a word for a lot of that shit I be saying. I don't have a word that I think is insulting enough because I'm looking for the right word. They're like, I would not. Don't talk to me. You don't talk like because that's how I be feeling. Like I don't talk to me, yo. Stay over there.
I feel so sorry for Coach Malachi because you know the type of people that calls him on a show, bro, calling him racist words and the C words and telling him
Those
I'm
people
gonna
need
kill
help.
you if I see you at Uga Spence. I'm like, bro,
Do you
what
know
the
what?
fuck are you doing in your life?
Let me just say this. Nobody say that. The guys, I guess, what really gets under my skin, because and you can see that it gets under my skin, like, yeah, it genuinely bothers me, is the dudes that's doing that, right? It's all fake, bro. Like the shit you're saying, it's all fake.
Yes.
And you let me
Exactly.
finish. And you fake. And I know, and that's what, but like I don't talk like I do not want to talk like, especially online, like I'm gonna I can't, like you could see that I can't, like you can literally, I can't do that, like it's not in me to do that. And when I see, it's like, bro, yo, if you did, if you came up to people talking the way, yo, you'll get splattered, bro. First, you'll be a t-shirt. You'll be a t-shirt. And in the New York Post, we'll read about how you were a nice guy to the neighbors and things like that's what'll happen.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it happen. Literally, I've seen it happen. All right.
You got a chat from Drew.
Now, hold up, one at a time. And so when I see the way that some cats, like there's a cat this morning, right? And it's like he says some extra, and I'm laughing because yo, it's early in the morning. It's like 9, and I ain't gonna be mad with you. You mad? I'm gonna laugh at you, and I'm gonna just make you more mad and laugh at how much more mad you getting. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep doing that because you're not gonna get me mad with your fake jail shit, bro. You was either sucking. Hold on. You was either sucking dick in Elmira or you was getting your dick sucked in Elmira. And either way, you know what that make you. You was either sucking dick in Rikers or you was getting your dick sucked in Rikers. It's that simple. Because I'm not done. It's not something in the morning, my guy. What you look like arguing with men? that you don't know at 9 something in the morning over boxing?
Man, you
Over
better go
another
run
man.
over and grab your
Over
girl.
another man. That's
Yeah,
what
you're
I'm
driving your
saying.
kid.
girls.
You're
I would
driving your kid to school, and
understand.
you fucking and you're so mad that you fucking step on the gas pedal, man. You fucking breaking the fucking speed limit.
Because
Get mad as
that
shit.
and like for all this, like it's just I don't know a way to say it without like crossing a line. That like a lot of this shit that I be seeing going, I'm gonna just take myself out of it and speak in the third person. A lot of this shit that I be seeing on these online things or whatever, motherfuckers don't make it for less than the shit that motherfuckers be saying. Like, yo, like, y'all motherfuckers talking crazy, and that's really just that online shit because shit happens in a matter of seconds, especially with the way a lot of these cats carry on. And like, look at Ibn, for example. Ibn had all that energy knowing I was at work, right? He knew I was at work. Remember this, Alexis? Remember? Ibn from Philly.
I remember. I remember that guy.
dude.
You had all this energy when I was at work. And then when I told you, yo, here and here is the time. And that's
Yeah, you were
because
waiting for him in the parking lot and he never showed up.
and Ray, shout out to Ray Walker in Texas. Ray, like, yo, he was worried because you got an certificate. I'm like, bro, you think I'm gonna blow your fucking noodles out over Arislandi Lara? This is the fake shit. This is the fake shit. Wait, let me finish. This is the fake shit I'm talking about. You are talking crazy. You don't understand that. You talking crazy. But when when it looks anything like go time, the craziness stop because you worry. You really think somebody is gonna blow your noodles out your splatter your motherfucking pack of ramen over Lara? That show me who you are. Nah, I don't talk. And you see, y'all see, I don't talk to cats like that. I'm not gonna suck my dick. I can't do that. I can't like I would feel I would feel like a fucking fool doing that shit on suck my dick, yo. Fuck your mom. Fuck your like,
I would understand. I would understand if they're arguing based on if the fighter is your brother, if the fighter is your dad, if the fighter is somebody related to you. Brother, he does not even know if you exist. Who the fuck are you? You're willing to threaten a man, literally, which legally you could be put in jail for. You're threatening, you're giving death threats to somebody online, which you can be put in jail for a next man that doesn't even fucking know you.
And that's what I mean. That like this is, and it's not because I gotta take myself out of it because it's like the shit I be seeing. It's like I'm like, yo, dog, like all this shit, and for an hour and 2 hours and 3 hours, you want to go back and forth for 2 and 3 hours. That's what you want to do because you've been conditioned to be like behind the fence. But as soon as the fence is lifted, like what we saw that day, like, yo, I'm here, bro. I'm out of work. I'm here. Here's the time. You say you was in my area. You in the chat. Nah, I ain't going over there. He got it. Like, all right, bro. All right. That's because that's what I thought. And initially, that's why I don't want to waste time with you because you're not looking at it from a real perspective. I look at it as a person has come from a great distance to see me. That person cannot have anything good on their mind. So neither should I.
Hey, Jules, somebody mentioned the Ibn Dawood or Dawud situation. What was
that? Bro. In a nutshell, all of that started with the fuck Lara. That's what started all of that. That whole thing, that whole negativity started with me saying fuck Lara.
Oh, that was the dude's name for Philly, Ibn Dawud or whatever. No one. Okay.
Really that mad over Lara?
Wow.
Hey, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
Can I just say something? Because honestly, Ibn Dawood, I from what I've known, I know what the situation was with you, this and that, and the third, but he's in my opinion, in other things, he's like a really great human being.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Let me say this, Alexis. That's what makes me sad about it.
Yeah.
That's what made me sad about him.
So
that's what made me sad about him.
Great human being.
Don't listen. That's what made me sad about him. That's what made me sad about both. That I liked these dudes, man. But you have convinced yourself
good.
You have whatever's good, and this is where I guess that's where I had to draw a line. You have convinced yourself that what you're doing is okay based on the etiquette of a digital environment. Say what you want, whatever. You have convinced yourself of that. I don't talk to you in any way online that I would not talk to you in person. And you will go back. You'll go back 2-3 years, 4-5
And
years.
that's the thing.
I don't. You
People
won't. You won't.
understood just that simple thing. You talk to people the way you would talk to them in the face. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, in my opinion. You and I know your neighborhood, you know mine. We was around the same area, maybe 10, 15 years apart. But, you know, one thing that I know, I grew up around enough killers, right, in different situations and things like that. People that know how fleeting, people that are aware how fleeting life is, the importance of life and how you could lose it in a moment's notice. Don't fuck around like that.
And that's
people who have taken lives do not threaten like that.
And
you understand? People who have been through things and people who have gone through things, seen through things, lived through things, don't play that game because they know you can lose your life in an instant.
So when you see,
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
So when you see that there's people over boxers that don't know who they are, over sports, because that's essentially what these conversations are. When you see that there are people that are talking about sports and they start a sentence with "you a bitch" and "suck my dick" and all this wild shit, and they on the internet saying that, and I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna try to convince you of anything. I'm a negotiate my temper. I'm a chill. Like I'm not gonna lose it. I'm gonna find a way to laugh because I like to laugh. I like laughing, and I'm gonna find a way to make it funny, right? But reality, I know you're not what you say you are because of that. I know you're not what you say you are because of what you're doing. Like you're not like you ain't serious. I just as a man who's almost 40, I can't be online. Hey, suck my dick, bitch. Fuck you. I don't even take that shit seriously. I can't do it because I don't take it seriously. You know what I mean? But
bro, you don't tell a grown man to suck your dick. I'm a young motherfucker, and even I would never see some bullshit.
No, because look, the dude that said it, he said it on some jail shit because he's trying to test the it's just stupid loser shit. That's all I'm gonna say. It's that he was on his loser shit. Like you're a loser. And you can't relate to me, you know. That's all I can say. I can't say no more than that. But it's like when I see people do those types of things online, I'm like, yo, dog. And then when it becomes what you're pretending it is, when it actually becomes that, you're gonna see the difference. You talking to me crazy online, but I gave you an address, I gave you a time. You're worried about guns. You think I'm gonna splatter your brains over Lara?
with encrypted messages? Funny, with encrypted messages of you guys meeting up? Like, come on.
You you think it's that like I'm not gonna splatter your brains, bro. What you thought is because you box a little bit that you just gonna whoop ass. That's what you thought. That's because that's the energy that you gave me. That because you box a little bit that I'm supposed to give a shit. Like when you understand, I'm not a sports guy. I'm not a sports guy. Why you talking to me like I'm a sports guy? I'm not a sports guy. Fuck is you talking about? You talking to me ridiculous. And I took it for a while. Like, okay, well, I'm out of work now. You can meet me over here. Simple as. And I'm not gonna hold on, and I'm not gonna do the thing where I don't want to talk to you for an hour, my guy. I don't want to talk to you for an hour. I gave you your address, I gave you time. You either gonna be there or you not. Because you're the one that's talking crazy shit. You could go back to videos of me 3, 4, 5. You're not gonna hear me talking like that. You just not. I would feel ridiculous doing that.
Hey, Jules, the thing that was funny is that like hella people would come to try to debate you and they'd be wrong and you would roast them. And then at the end, you tell them to take that L with like that hardcore attitude. They would just get pissed off, man.
Yeah, but go back to all of those debates. Go back to all of them. and you'll see that I stick to the subject as
Right.
much as I can.
Right.
I'm not gonna see. I love my kids, right? So I would never say nothing about no other man's kids because I know how you will feel if I did that. So out of respect, I will not do that. I love my wife. I'm not gonna say nothing about your girl or your wife because I love mine, right? So this is just little common sense, real life shit because
No,
these
Julius,
guys
it is common sense. It is common sense because you want to be there for your family and kids. You don't want to have a fight with someone or die because of a next boxer that doesn't even know you, that you're taking their sides. If you know what I'm saying.
It's more like I seen the weak shit that he did, right? He had a lapse in character, and because I'm a God-fearing person, people make mistakes. He had a lapse in character. You did something that was weak. You thought because you boxed a little bit that I give a fuck. That's what you thought. That because I'm gonna give a shit. Why would I give a shit about that? For what reason? You don't know, like, and this is where it gets good. I'm gonna leave it alone. All I'm saying is you did some weak shit. You did that. And as soon as I reciprocated the energy you was giving me, oh, you worried about guns, and why are you worried about guns?
Or
You think when you drive up, you're gonna get shot?
Hey, Jules, like that one dude that tried to debate you that time, and I think he was kind of partially high or something, and you roasted him, and he was looking dumb. He's like,
it's their egos.
He took it like a man, but he's like, well, you got to start somewhere.
It's the ego thing. They're like, look, bro, I don't know what the fuck a lot of these guys got going on in their life that your ego is. I don't know, and I don't care. That's not my problem, right? We can have a debate and we can disagree like fucking gentlemen. We can. It's completely possible. I don't gotta say nothing bad about you, but y'all started. They started and then try to make like the dude this morning, bro. You started that. I don't follow you. I don't know who the fuck you are. You came to me.
That's people in general these days. If you have a disagreement with someone, they want to make it like you're their adversary and instead of just disagreeing, and it makes no sense.
You an intangible, right? I saw that shit. You an intangible?
Not even me. Intangible. Yo, look, intangible is a look like I don't like. Yo, listen. Yo, like, can I say this? No, let me say this.
Say it.
That dude is not fucking human to me, bro. Like you are you garbage. I would like, bro, like you. I already know what you are, bro. Like you garbage. It's the other cat, the jailbird, and all that shit. I'm like, bro, you came to me and started talking crazy, and now you trying to flip it like, oh, you all talk. What you mean I'm all talk, motherfucker? You came to me. How am I all talk if you came to me?
Right.
Can I add this too?
Wait.
I respect his opinions, man, on boxing, man. I think he's a Rain Man, and I mean that as a backhanded compliment, the way he sounds. So it is what it is.
Look,
we can all have a disagreement, and let me also say this. Let me address this super chat by saying, yo, Isan, you're doing God's work, man. Because had that have been me, man, you would have been hearing me slamming my head against the wall. Some of them have sound opinions, but most of them are really bad fucking boxing takes.
Yes, but let me hold on. Let me read these super chats because they've been there for a minute. Yo, I'm late. No more Twitter spaces. These dudes said Montiel was top 10, and that's why Charlo went 12. But Murata was a chair. Yeah, this is. And see,
I remember that guy.
Let me read the next one. That's why when cats talk tough, I'm like, see me at the fights ringside if you can afford it, or at the boxing gyms here in Los Angeles. Then it get quiet. I'm just hold on. It's another one. GM Strong says, remember the best fight, the best situation. Yeah, like meet me. Yo. The dude said, yo, in an hour I'm gonna be at the mall. I come back, look at his shit. Bro, you still in your house and you live. And this is and I'm old, bro. Like I don't got time for that. You say, yeah, I'm gonna be up there in an hour. We'll see if he show up. I look, this motherfucker's still in his house and he live.
You ain't got the energy for that no more, you know? It's like,
bro, how do you
Julius, I
deal with
have
the
a question.
motherfuckers that were on Facebook, bro? I
Sorry.
don't understand. How did you deal with that group chat? Like, I mean, I know it was your
Well,
group.
why
I'm
you
like,
think us? Listen, why you think us? This is why I stopped. Right. This is why I stopped going there. I was like, yo, my thing is editing. In case you haven't noticed, and most people don't know that me monetizing this channel is a recent development. I was just editing because I like to edit. It's relaxing for me. I like boxing. I like editing, and I like music. I put it all together. Right. Bang. It was a hobby for me. Only in the last, I'll say, year and a half to 2 years did I decide to monetize it because I saw a financial, and it's beautiful. The money is very great, right? It's actually really good, better than I thought it would be.
Money's good.
Money's good. Believe me, it is. Without saying a lot, but it's like I had to get away because I'm like, yo, dog, like the fuck is wrong? So what y'all gonna pretend? Y'all gonna pretend y'all got beef all fucking day? You don't really want that over this. If a bullet were to get fired in the name of Lara, do you realize how fucking crazy that is?
that would be whack. That would just be straight whack, man.
Julius, I have a question.
You got another super chat, by the way.
I have a question about Intangible. He was a regular in the panel, right?
Yeah, he used to be, but
Yes.
he fell in with a crowd, and man, I ain't got no hair on my tongue. All them fucking losers on the other side of boxing Twitter, right? All those fucking just bums and bum bitches and they bum ass shit, right? He fell in with that crowd to where it's trendy to say shit about me or hate on me. And I could be fucked up and be like, bro, I know you ugly as shit. I know you don't get no fucking pussy at all. You probably a virgin from the sound. What broad would fuck a dude that sound like that, bro? Yeah.
Who y'all talking about?
I'll fuck you.
Who's
I'm gonna
that?
fucking fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you. Fucking you hard. Like what?
Who's that?
Talking to me, bro.
Oh shit.
And
Hey,
I
can I ask? Can I ask
who's
Sawab a
that?
question right quick? Well, I got a question for Sawab right quick. Like this is something I'm genuinely curious about. You're British, so like, do you guys call people donuts when you get upset?
No, we call donuts. That's all. We call dumb motherfuckers donuts.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I was just
an
going like,
insult,
okay, because I was. That's just the first time I've been called that, and I was just kind of confused because like I was going at it with like some guy like, well, he was a Spence fan, but he had like a crazy hard on for Michael McKinson. Like, fellas, I shit you not, this dude was picking him to beat Ortiz. Like, like literally every current top 10 like welterweight in the rankings right now.
Bro, I'm gonna let you in on a hint. I'm gonna let you in on a hint. That actually happened to me in the Facebook groups, and what was revealed over time is that individual that was over the moon over a particular fighter was actually a family member of the fighter. So it's like, well, look, I have to be now. This is what I'm gonna say. I have to be an adult out of respect because that is a family member. I sympathize. You have to root for them. I get it, but you should not be here with us. You should not
exactly.
No, listen, that's what I told them. They're like, I'm not trying to be fucked up. I'm trying to give you respect that you should not be here because the things that people say is outside of your control. And a lot of it, you're not gonna like it, you know. But those people are within their rights to say what they're saying. Boxing families and the team members of boxers probably should not be around that negativity because a lot of it is negativity. A lot of it is.
No. I mean, that guy I was going back and forth with.
Say it again.
I'm saying that guy I was going back and forth with. He said, "Oh, I'm biased in favor of Michael McKinson because he's from my hometown." Oh yeah, well then that explains it.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I mean,
yeah, I mean, like,
yeah, I was on Lady Chan's live. The guy was saying that, man.
That dude was crazy.
Go ahead, Alexis.
You know who used to cry? Literally, I mean, literally cry, and I didn't know this. Like, and then like it was a female, right? So I was respectful the whole nine, but she would lose her mind because I used to call Keith Thurman hoax time. I said he's a hoax.
I remember.
And I used to just say like, oh, he's a
Michelle
hoax.
Getty Silver.
Hoax time.
Michelle Getty Silver.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember. I remember.
Michelle Getty Silver. And she's like the daughter of the guy who originally trained Keith Thurman and shit. And she's like, no, Keith is this, and Keith is that. And I'm like, he's a hoax. He's not good. He's not elite. And oh my God.
No. This is shit, right?
And I'm talking about Keith Thurman with a 0.
I remember this was 2015, 2016. I remember all of it, bro. I remember Michelle Getty Silver. And out of respect, I knew that she was connected to the camp. I remember that I knew, even though my opinion of Keith Thurman was very different back then. But I knew, and you know, when the Spence stuff started, that he ducking Spence. I couldn't hold it in it. Like, yo, he's ducking Spence. What the fuck? He ducking him. You don't want to fight him. The fuck you want me to say? You know what I'm saying? Every fucking year, it's a new fucking thing every year.
Tough time for that lady.
Yo, and I
tough time for that lady when he started ducking the Spence and shit.
Let me read these 2 super chats. People out here asking folks if Spence don't beat today's Triple G. No, he does not. He'll get put in the hospital.
I saw that shit
bro.
on Twitter,
I just love their spirit, man. It's like they think he's the Terminator.
I mean, like, look, I told you what they like about him don't really got a whole lot to do with boxing, and that's what explains that. But in a nutshell, right? People, the advice I would give anybody is, you know, online, just talk to people how you would talk to them if they were sitting next to you. You know what I mean? Stop trying to be thugnificent, because really with gas prices, ain't nobody going to drive to your city to shoot you in your chest. The gas is too high. Ain't nobody trying to do that. All that gas and tolls. Motherfucker not trying to drive to fucking Michigan to blow your fucking noodles out your head. And you not neither. Because it's too fucking high, bro.
Do y'all want to hear something crazy in the net? I saw on Twitter today. Get this. Somebody put up a post said, who wins it 175 pounds? Artur better be Earl Spence.
Easily Spence. Body work.
He's a Terminator, bro.
Spence stops in weight.
He survived the car crash.
Stop Mikey.
He has a titanium chin.
Spence with the body work, yo. He got the fucking body shots, yo. That was the prediction. Let me tell y'all something. From 2016 to 2017, Spence versus anybody. I'm talking about Spence versus anybody from 147 to heavyweight. Spence, knockout, body work.
Exactly.
Spence, knockout, body work. I'm like,
he could be Canelo.
Julius, did he throw any body punches in with Ugas?
No, he did. That's most of what he threw. Body, like he threw a lot of body shots.
Did it hurt Ugas?
Let me finish. He threw body shots that were blocked, but it was the uppercuts that split the guard. That's really what he was penetrating the guard with, was the uppercuts up the middle, because he mixed them in with the body shots. The body shots wasn't really doing shit.
Julius, can I add something?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think Errol Spence was doing damage to the body, but Errol Spence is really good at punching at the belt line.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck.
And they weren't going to call him on it.
No, he gets called, but he keeps doing it. He's very good at doing that. Even if he punch gets blocked, he tried to put that something in there.
He did it to Porter. He did it to Porter.
Yeah,
he did it to Ugas.
He's doing it to everyone.
He loves to punch the dick. He definitely
look,
does.
Do it with the button. Watch. You do it with the button. Watch what happens.
Those body punches are like you can. I saw the uppercuts landing more. The body punches I didn't see as much, or maybe they didn't come across as if they were landing, because he wasn't doing anything to Ugas.
I think I saw some body punches from Errol Spence that make Ugas laugh. I mean, smile. And I thought, okay, it's hurting you. It's hurting you to the body.
But it was really, most of the damage that I saw Ugas sustain, they were from head punches, like uppercuts that would split the guard, that he would mix in with the other punches, because the body shots were getting blocked. If you watch most of the fight, it's Ugas protecting his midsection, because that's where Errol Spence is going. It looked like he was going there most of the time, but it really was the head punches when he'd sneak in an uppercut in a combination. That's what fucked his eye up. You know what I mean? in that fixed fight that was fixed. I don't know if it was fixed or whatever. I just know that motherfucker wasn't fighting, man. That's all I'm saying. He didn't do anything. He come forward, guard up, won't throw no punches. Then why you coming forward then? It just it seems you. I don't know, man. I ain't
He did
gonna,
the Lamont Peterson shit.
the Lamont Peterson shit, yo.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to sleep.
All right.
Bye. All right.
Have a
Peace.
night.
Fellas, have a good
All right,
night.
Jules.
Thanks for having me on, Jules.
All right, no problem.